Marami tayong nami-miss dito sa new normal. And for me, one of the things that I really miss is catching up with friends and enjoy a glass of my favorite cocktail. And it's the usual practices almost everywhere before, diba? And for our speaker, cocktails have stories to tell too. So let's see how Sir Richie Cruz creates innovative cocktails and how he manages to thrive in this pandemic. Sir Richie Cruz hails from the city of Marikina. His 22 years of experience proves his passion and knowledge about the industry. He is a bar trainer and is also a professional bartender. With a degree in hotel and restaurant administration from the University of the Philippines, Diliman, Sir Richie never stopped to explore for more. His bartending expertise allows him to share his knowledge and skills to his students as he mentors in various prestigious schools, such as alma mater, and also University of the Philippines, his alma mater, College of St. Benilde, University of Santo Tomas, and Center for Culinary Arts, among others. Wow. His expertise landed him multiple awards over the years, such as the 2019 Ancho Reyes Cocktail Champion, Top 10 in 2017 Glenfiddich Most Experimental Bartender, and more. Among the notches he got through the years, Sir Richie has worked with a roster of prominent bands such as Coca-Cola, Bacardi, Nestle, Aboitiz, and many others. Hi and good day, Sir Richie Cruz.
Hey.
Hi, Sir Richie. Go ahead.
Everyone, yeah. So before I start, I'd like to introduce you to my friend here. Hi. So actually, this is understanding the new norm. Okay. So just to I think this is the best way to start this. So because now everybody is wearing masks and face shields, right? So today I'm just gonna share with you my perspective on what's going on in my industry, most specifically the bartending industry. So understanding the new norm. Now, just to give you a brief background about myself, which you've mentioned already during my introduction. Thank you for that, Valerie. Oh, by the way, good day to everyone, our viewers. Before the pandemic, basically, I was having these things in my life. So first of all, I'm a sucker for competitions. I join local and international competitions. But before that, I was the one actually producing competitions here in the Philippines. And when the time came that I got invited to join a brand competition, it's called, well, if I may mention it, Bacardi competition. So that actually catapulted my thirst, you know, for competing, because it's about testing what I've learned, you know, in school and in my practices, in my craft, if it will go, if it's effective, or if I did it the right way. And apart from that, you know, as a bartender, you get to meet different people, and in every competition, I've gained a lot of friends, which actually help me also in what I'm doing, which is traveling, because I do guest shifts in different countries. I get invited. Now, what is guest shift? Guest shift is actually, they'll fly you in a certain country so that you can make drinks for them. You know, you can do a talk and whatnot. So, fortunately, I've been blessed to travel different countries all over the world because of what I do, which is shaking drinks. Now, after that, so you've read my portfolio when it comes to my employment. Now I decided to take bartending up a new notch because of our advocacy, which is bartending sustainability. Because you all know very well that normally we seek greener pastures. Now, in doing so, of course, it's inevitable that we resign in our present jobs. Now, but at the end of the day, the bars and restaurants that we leave has a void, and kawawa naman yung mga naiwan nating employers, regardless of what reason. So I thought to myself, why not keep a supply of bartenders who are just as competitive so that the business will not suffer. So true enough, I decided to put up my own school. It's already going on 2 years old. It's called Center for Bartending Tourism Academy Incorporated. We are a registered TESDA Assessment Center and Training Center located in Marikina. Now, of course, when you see Marikina, sabihin napakalayo, no? But then again, we get students as far as Caloocan and BGC. So that was pre-pandemic. And then I was also doing consultancy gigs for a few brands, including Sisu. Now, also, as I said, Sisu, so I was fortunate enough to be one of the pioneers of the Tastesetters. I did 2 events for them already, one in Boracay and one in Makati, one culinary school in Makati. And then I was supposed to also do the road tour today, but unfortunately, this came. Let's talk about the pandemic. So what happened during COVID, it actually, well, I remember this clearly because I was finished with my 4th batch for the year in the school. That was March 15, no? And it came as a surprise, literally, because 2020, because we had a lot of events scheduled, April, May, June. Actually, those 3 months was considered the money time for us, especially here for CBTA and my consultancy company, because we had a lot of trainings and consultations and activations that were coming. But unfortunately, this happened. Now, of course, plans were also canceled. I was supposed to have some guest ships also along the way this year, but of course they were canceled and business was a standstill. So basically from March till now, so we're still not opening the school, but we're here. Actually, I'm inside my school/bar because Center for Bartending at night becomes an events place, which is called the Cobbler. Now, as you can see my picture there, so now we're wearing face masks. So that's another face mask that I'm wearing right now. And in this pandemic, for the beverage industry, obviously, since we're considered food, so all of us were closed for a time. Now, but we were open a few weeks ago, no? Slowly. There were a few bars, especially in Makati, it was open. But before that pala, the liquor ban hit us really hard. Obviously, liquor ban means you don't get to buy alcohol anywhere, not even the convenience store. Pero on my end, I wasn't really affected by the liquor ban because I have a lot. But then again, I'm more of a beer drinker, so I was a bit what do you call this? I was a bit thirsty also during that first stretch. And of course, no selling of cocktails, action, which is quite sad also because technically the bar industry is more of what we call we need interaction. Okay, so moving along. Now, what happened? So there was anxiety, there was stress, there was uncertainty, and there was depression. Now, actually, I can speak for myself being hit with that. Because one of the things that we do to deal with anxiety, stress, and depression is drink and eat, right? So if you notice, to the next slide, yung adapting to the new norm. Okay, so syempre wala kang ginawa kundi you drink in the morning, drink in the afternoon, you drink in the evening, you eat junk food and whatnot. So, but I decided actually to deal with that depression. I put up a YouTube channel which is called KATOMA Sessions. But if you notice the picture, it was a bit that's actually the product of being depressed, now, as you can see, kasi one thing of adapting, one way of adapting to the new norm is actually accepting what's happening now, and of course you have to stand up every time you fall down. And of course, one thing that I had to work with at the beginning was really my habits. So that included eating and drinking. So I did detox, I ate the right food. And yeah, now actually I feel better, I feel good, I feel happy, I have a good disposition. And yung sa show namin na Toma Sessions, which is aired every Wednesday in Instagram Live and replayed in YouTube Live, we talk to different personalities all over the world that has contributed in the bartending industry. And it has given me a second breath when it comes to dealing with this norm that is happening right now. In fact, I have some products that I sell, which is KATOMA chips, milk tea, and NEKNEKMO, which is actually like chicken, no? It's part of the chicken, and we're selling that online. Also, cocktails to go, and mocktails, and cold brew. So there's a lot of things that we sell online at this moment. Now, but how did the pandemic affected the business? Of course, since my colleagues, the bartenders, are at home, no, and of course none of us are working yet at 100%. So there's a lot of competition. In fact, I was talking to some friends also in the States. Ganun din eh. Everybody's selling drinks at this price. Everybody's selling this type of drink. So competition is really fierce. And marketing also, personally, I must admit, I need to work on my marketing skills. But then again, we're getting there slowly. And time management, because despite the standstill, there's just so many things to do. In fact, I concentrated on developing my YouTube channel because now in the education sector, it's online learning. So our channel has a lot of contents when it comes to bartending, and with just a click of the fingertips, one can learn bartending. But of course, like I said, we're still filling it up with content. So hopefully by September, it's going to be all systems go for us. Now, as a final word of advice or tips with this pandemic, there are a few things that I want to advise everyone that's listening. One, of course, is health is wealth. Now, I learned that the hard way. Obviously, I'm glad it wasn't too late. So I was already ready to bounce back. Be productive. No? Of course, in a day, we're only given 24 hours. So you have to make the most out of it. Next is lose your pride. No? Of course, some of us are not used to staying at home and doing nothing. But then again, in this type of thing, money is going out rather than coming in. So try to think of ways that you can earn money. And of course, our three core values in Toma Sessions, which is be inspired, be informed, and be involved. Now, when I say be inspired, so talk to the right people, have the right state of mind. Be informed is research, read what's happening in social media, what's happening in the news. And be involved is coordinate and collaborate with your friends, your brands. Like, for example, I'm thankful to Sisu because they have this platform wherein, we still collaborate with each other. I also thank the liquor brands that supported me in social media. And also some of my brand friends who gives me project despite what's going on right now. So basically, things look well. And as Sir Ernie was saying a while ago, we don't know when this is going to come back to normal. In fact, I was saying with some of the guys that this is not really a new normal. This is an abnormal. Because in the bar industry, this is not how we work. We work with people face to face. We shake hands, we hug, we kiss, beso beso. We make our drinks with our bare hands. So of course, but then again, hygiene and sanitation is part of the ball game. So that comes into play when we make our drinks. But hopefully, like I said, this will come to pass, but we don't know when. But while this is happening, the question is, what are we going to do? Okay, so you have to be those three things. You have to be inspired, you have to be informed, and you have to be involved. And that's it. Thank you po.
Thank you so much, Sir Richie. You know what? While you were talking about cocktails in the bar industry, as in talagang parang naglalaway ako na parang, oh my God, I miss it so much. I miss the whole meeting people, talking to people, enjoying cocktails. Di ba nakakamiss?
Yes, yes. What's your favorite cocktail?
Kung ano-ano, usually mimosa or pero hindi ako expert ah. I just like the social aspect is what I like. Socializing, yun ang favorite ko.
So actually, I was hearing what Sir Ernie was talking a while ago. Sometimes you go to a place not really for the product, but
Yes.
for the bartender, the service, your friends. It's if you find your security blanket or your perfect spot, your spot. Oh, I like coming here. Despite what people say about comment or whatnot, but if you fall in love with the place for whatever reason, diba, that becomes your spot. And
Yes.
my heart goes out to the beverage industry, the bartending industry. Kasi nga, customers, guests, become guests, become family. So, they miss each other. Ako, I miss my friends also. I miss, although I'm not based in Makati, but once in a while, I go there for a pub crawl. Not literally, figuratively. But yun, so it's nakakamiss din, nakakamiss.
So we have a question from HM. Eto, as a beverage and bar consultant, what is your fearless forecast on the liquor bar industry?
Well, it will be back. In fact, at the end of the day, these cocktails to go or cocktail delivery is also a way for the Filipino people to be more aware and educated on what cocktail is. Kasi it's also another part of my advocacy. We don't have yet, although, okay, don't get me wrong, our cocktail culture is growing. People are starting to appreciate better brands. Meron ng discriminating taste. But then again, it's still just a small percentage. There's still a room to improve that. Because let's face it, we are a beer, we are a gin country, and now I won't mention a brand, but we're a brandy country. Doon umiikot the drinks of Pinoys in general. I'm talking of maybe 85 to 90%. So the cocktail or the aficionados, medyo 10% pa lang. Again, that's based on my opinion. Because why do I say that? People flock to Makati or BGC, at the most. But then again, ang daming bars. There are many bars that are actually offering it, but syempre yun ang mas may hype those two major cities. Again, not for anything else, but in any city you can build a culture. In any city you can build a culture as long as you stick with your you stick with your identity. Good service, good to excellent service, and products. So and education. Kasi ang tao kasi like here, we're used to easygoing, ways of how to drink. Like for example, sige, I'll shift back to coffee. Once upon a time, instant hot water, kutsarita, inom na, di ba? So, ganun din tayo sa cocktails But yeah, I think my fearless forecast is it will be back soon. Pero yun nga, siguro, this is not chismis, this is true. Unfortunately, there's an incident that happened in Makati, right? Na the social distancing.
Yeah. Yes.
One rooftop bar. So anyway, friend ko rin naman yung may-ari nun. Unfortunately, that happened. So that affected the business, I believe, in a way. No? So it's also a sad thing that happened. Pero we're very resilient. People like to drink. Okay? Kahit sa bahay. In fact, matagal nang uso yung house parties So right now, while I'm talking, there's somebody there. There's a Pinoy or some Pinoys drinking right now. Okay? So the liquor business will not die at all. But then again, yun nga, until the IATF gives us a go signal that we can do face-to-face, until some genius person invents the vaccine that can, prevent or cure what's happening right now to us, then we never know.
So we're keeping our fingers crossed na sana soon na yung sooner than later yung ating normal ulit. Okay,
Yes.
we have another question from Chef Francis Candido. As the new normal to the F&B industry approaches the online platform, how can we boost our sales against other businesses?
Yeah, I think that's just to also give a second emotion to what our previous speakers say. No, social media game is not as easy as it seems. Also, no, Valerie, you can attest to that. No? Being an influencer yourself, ako kasi I'm still pretty much also neophyte when it comes to the social media game. But the thing here, I think, for social media is one, content. Two is consistency. Now, consistency is, well, they go hand in hand. Because for you to be able to be consistent in uploading, you have to be consistent also in marketing your product. No, regardless of what product that is. Of course, there is paid advertising, but there's also organic advertising. So it's really boils down to the effort that you put in. Sabi nga ni Kobe Bryant, yung results that you get depends on the input or the work that you put in. Diba? So I think that goes the same for everything. And yun nga, regarding our channel then, so actually I'm working on my 1K subscribers this week. So hopefully, if that's already done, I'm working now on my hours so that once diba, ma-monetize na yung channel, then that social media platform can pay the bills for our channel and we can produce more content. And I think that goes for everybody. So for example, Chef Francis Candido, no, same thing with your business. No? I think there are 3 platforms now, right? Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. In fact, meron pang isa, yung Twitch yata. I'm not familiar with it, but I've heard it somewhere. So, ito na yung ito na yung, for now, this is what, okay, paano ba sabihin? It's been here already, but in the Philippine setting, we're kind of forced to be in this setting already, majority of us, kasi nga we're at home. No? But what I can say is, pag-aralan natin, each platform, how it works, how we can earn money, what our market is. Of course, I would always say you start with your community. Kapitbahay mo, you know, your village, talk to the president of the homeowner or homeowners association, then maybe your barangay, no, until it spreads organically.
Mm-hmm. Yan din yung napag-usapan namin ni Chef Pixie a while ago I mean, try not to go big kaagad. It's better to be safer ngayon, lalo na may pandemic, diba? Grow organically and use the social media also as a marketing tool.
Yeah.
Diba? For free pa, for free.
Yeah, in fact, honestly, this is, again, I like to quote the other speaker, blessing in disguise din to. Kasi even if we're in a standstill, literally, because actually, our school is supposed to be open for online training next month, so August na, because there are some requirements that is being required by the government, TESDA specifically, and we have to comply with that. But okay na rin yun because at the same time, that buys me time to focus on social media, no? To focus on content, to focus on studying also. Kasi like, you know, even editing skills is I was saying kanina, unlearning. Now this pandemic actually let me unlearn some skills in cooking. No, that's why I was able to do pwede i-promote ko like yung KATOMA chips natin it's a combination of kamote and potato. So it's healthy, it's pat dry. So once upon a time I don't like to cook. I just want to eat, diba? And drink. So, but now since diba I want to be productive with my 24 hours, so kaya yun yung natin, that's what we're doing right now.
I agree that in this pandemic some doors close but some doors also open, so let's also take advantage of that. And we have another question from Daisy Angay. In what way can we assure our clients that they are safe from COVID while patronizing our products and services, knowing the fact that we can be infected by the said virus?
Well, I think like I said, in social media, siguro you can put a part there wherein you not only mention your sanitation practices in text, but also siguro you can take a video while you're preparing it, no, and making sure, especially those money shots na you're heating your bottles, di ba, before putting contents inside, you know, or you're sanitizing them with bleach or alcohol, no, and I think that's like, well, especially right now in what's going on ngayon, no, as we speak, it's both visual and audio, eh. So people can see what you're doing, and of course kahit nga, that's why again to quote Sir Ernie, yung photo skills nyo, yung pag-take nyo ng pictures, you know, if you have to remember that you are portraying na masarap, masustansya, di ba? Or, well, not masustansya, but masarap, appetizing, or either food or drinks. So that all depends on your skill, on how you're going to portray that in just you know, one screen. So kahit sa amin sa cocktails, in fact that's why if you notice, di ba, as one thing I also invested in this pandemic is the gadgets. So I think every YouTuber or social media person knows this, yung tripod, yung ring light, di ba, yung proper mic, a proper earpiece, etc. Kasi nga you have your own platform. That's the thing with social media. Your page is your platform, whether it be Facebook, whether it be Instagram, whether it be YouTube. And, you know, if that hashtag, yun pa pala very important, the hashtag, if that spreads, di ba? So everybody will go back to you. Yun po.
So yung ganung maliliit na bagay, no, it's advertising na hindi mo namamalayan. Customers already come in because of it.
Yeah, details. In fact, here I'm just to share a quick one. A year ago, since we're in Marikina, it's quite risky to put up a business like this, especially if the market is saturated already in the city. No? But then again, I always believed also in our product and service. And of course, with hard work on social media, slowly but surely, our page grew to 4 digits, from a single digit to 4 digits in the span of 2 months. So, and then we've been getting a lot of inquiries, one-on-one enrollees, so scholarships. So, but I never imagined that would happen so quickly. Kasi nga in Marikina, we're still pretty much at our infancy when it comes to introducing this kind of school. In fact, I think we are the only school that looks like this at the back that you can see right now. So, like I said, we focus on, we try to balance product and service at the same time, because we want really to help also educate people on how cocktails should be, you know, and how drinking should be in a more social setting. Yeah.
Okay, another question from Olivia Yo. As resto bars reopen, how do you adapt to the new normal now, given that one of the best moments we can have at a resto bar is sitting face to face with a bartender?
Yeah, I think it's the well, this is where we do coping. Kasi like yesterday, let me share with you something. Yesterday, I was in a pizza restaurant. So like we ordered, of course, pizza and an iced tea. You know? Normally, when the food and drink comes to you, it's laid in front of you sa mesa mo. No? But yesterday, oo nga pala, since social distancing, because sometimes I forget. In fact, just a PS, no? This is one of my struggles in the early part of the pandemic. Kasi I'm not used to holding a mask, diba? Or otherwise wearing it. So there was a time that I went to my car and went to the bank. Tapos paglabas ko, tinignan ako ng masama ng tao. Tapos naalala ko, ay, wala pala akong mask. So I had to run back to my car and go home, get my mask, and come back to the bank. Kasi that's the law eh. It's more of a law than a norm. Kasi otherwise, uhulihin ka. Again, that's my opinion. Now, when it comes to the bar, gaya nga na sinabi ko kanina, when it comes to the pizza story, so the pizza was laid on a separate table that kami na yung lalapit, we have to reach for it. Kasi nga, And siguro, ma'am, kasi diba sabi din natin na be gentle to the what do you call this? To the bars and restaurants because everyone is adjusting, Okay, that's a given. But then again, I think number one, even if it's like this, it's not an excuse to not make the service faster. Okay? Kasi meron tayong limit eh. I think 30% of the seating capacity lang ang allowed in every establishment, right? Or I could be wrong for the percentage. Pero the thing that the advantage of konti yung sinaserve mo is that you get to make your food or drink a bit more efficient, a bit more faster. So I think that's one of the things I've observed eh. Na, of course, I'm not gonna make a bad critic about it. But then again, that's one aspect that will improve the service. Yung speed of delivering the food. I mean, hindi siya dapat mawala eh. If your food promises to be cooked in 10 minutes, it should be out in 10 minutes, regardless if there's a pandemic or not. No? And that will, of course, everybody also is in a hurry din na makauwi agad eh. Diba? So, that's one important aspect I see or advice that I can give when it comes to what's going on right now.
Okay, so Richie, one last question from one of our attendees. This is from Christine Blanco. Advisable po ba na magpalit ng menu at mag-increase or decrease ng price in this situation? Ano pong opinion niyo doon?
Okay, maybe the first thing that I need to ask you is, have you checked your inventory? Kasi it all depends on your current stock. So if you tell me that I still have a lot of this, sorry, I just need to get something. Okay, if you check your inventory and you see that madami ka pang stocks, then use it pa rin. Kasi sayang naman if it goes to waste, di ba? Now, when it comes to changing the menu, maybe siguro just get a bulletin board or a whiteboard and then just inform the people, diba? Here's our menu, our present menu. Diba? You don't really need to but kasi if you are a restaurant that's already have a following, obviously meron na silang, they go there for something that they're used to going eh. Diba? Like for example, a pancit canton or a noodle or a ramen for that matter. Siguro be selective lang in what you are offering kasi it doesn't make sense also to be fully open or offer the full range of your menu, no, at this time that we have. Same thing goes to well, unfortunately, one of the downside of this pandemic is a lot of how do you call it? A lot of our friends are being retrenched or asked to resign. But then again, like I said, it's kasi yan eh. It works two ways eh. Medyo tricky into dealing with this situation. But then again, you have to be positive na lang. Like as I can tell you, I'm happy to tell you that a lot of the bartenders in our community are successful in online selling, you know, in their business, regardless if it's drink or food or sack of rice or eggs, diba? Ganon ang Pinoy eh. Basically, we're resilient, we're salesmen, you know, we never give up. We try to really see the positive things in everything that we face. So, yeah, I think check your inventory muna. That's one of the first things that I can advise you po, ma'am.
How about the increase and decrease of prices? Kasama rin kasi yun sa question ng ating attendee. Are you open to that?
Okay. Increase and decrease in prices. Well, Siguro, ma'am, the way I would answer that question is, if your cost is covered and you're happy with your profit, and it's not really that much naman of a top up of your current price, then go ahead. I think naman the market understands it. But then again, doon ako pupunta. Maybe you should ask your market. No? You try have a feel of the market. Kasi I'll give you an example. Transportation. No? Tricycle fare. Okay? Now yan, kahit magtaas sila, walang magagawa yung tao eh. But hindi naman sila makakapagreklamo because it's a necessity. Now, but on the other hand, meron talagang, okay, let's go to a fishbowl vendor, for example. So yan, regardless of pandemic, you're still looking at 1 peso to 5 pesos per bowl. Diba? So sa business natin, whether restaurant or coffee, as long as the bottom line is, you're happy with the bottom line, and you ask yourself, kasi this is what I always ask myself when it comes to pricing it. If I were the customer, if I were the guest, would I be paying for that? Mm-hmm. Diba? Would I be paying for my product? So if you're if you cannot answer either a yes or no, well, if you cannot answer yes kaagad, then you have to rethink. Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's my answer.
That's a very good tip, Sir Richie. Put yourself in the position of the client or the customer. Thank you so much, Sir Richie.
Thank you very much, Valerie. Thank you to everyone.
And stay safe, sir.
Safe.
And